Hello everyone, this is Floxcat, and welcome back to looking into Five High Friends, a series made by GP Reed. And yes, I'm still at my house and not have moved yet, but that's kind of expected. We'll have to see. But you can see I have packed up, but that's not what we're here for. Because today, literally today, GP Reed had finally released a brand new video for the Five High Friends series, episode 7. And I do believe he might be releasing the 8th episode soon. But I still wanted to quickly cover this because kind of a lot of interesting stuff have been released. Not too much, but it does give some very heavy content. And there's something interesting going on. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and look at episode 7 and actually kind of talk about a lot of things because there's a lot of interesting stuff about this series. And I know it's been a while, so it's definitely good to see that this series is continuing again. In fact, even the episode ironically make nods to it. But let's go ahead and talk about this. So the first thing worth noting is this scene, which happens 3 years ago. In fact, we get a lot of flashbacks in this episode, kind of catching us up what happened not only in the past, but what happened in the last couple of years, which is kind of funny because, again, the series has been on hiatus for the last couple of years, so nothing too major. However, this point actually reveals that Happy's father somehow gave the manager, weirdly enough, a remote control, which I'm presuming controls Happy. Keyword being presume, because I don't know if it is that case or something else, but I highly theorize it's definitely, I mean, everyone can agree it probably is a control for Happy, because remember, Happy is kind of like a puppet himself in some way. And it's kind of funny because it leads to a funny troll thing, which I won't spoil, but I will say it's kind of funny because they don't give him what he wants, but it is a very, very interesting situation involving said controller. Also, real quick, many of you may, if you have seen this video, may notice the reverse speech. That was obviously from one of the Naomis, which is not surprising because the Naomis are well known for their reverse speech. I reversed it. I'm not even going to play it because it's literally just what they said. Hey, the package arrived for you. So that's what they said in there. Nothing too major, but it just shows that they still use reverse speech and all that. Next up is nothing also too major, where of course we get a alert of a news person covering these smiley face killers. For those who don't know, smiley face killer is the main antagonist of the series, and people are still trying to figure out who the heck is the killer is. And this news reporter, which I don't think we have seen yet, so this might be a brand new character or something brand new, basically just interviews a person, talking about how they did it or how they saw the killer did it in a way. Nothing too major, but it is interesting as to get going because as we later find out, the trail kind of have went cold, and it's very interesting they confirmed that. Next up, we get this Bible verse called says, "The heart is deceitful above all things, desperately sick. Who can understand it?" Whatever 17:9. I don't really read that much of the Bible, but it's basically just foreshadowing what will happen with Hart in this episode. Because, oh boy, Hart got really like yikes in this episode, but it is very interesting to say the least. There could be more to this thing. This verse is not surprising because once again we have seen this kind of stuff before, where the Naomi and the entire series have made references to biblical stuff, such as like the sheep being a nod to lust and many other things. I'm literally blanking, but this is definitely no surprise. This has appeared as well, and it's very interesting. Next up, which I don't know if it's okay to just kind of show this and try my hardest not to look at it too much because of my my blood phobia, and also I don't want to get this video get in trouble. But yeah, as you quickly see, I'm probably just gonna lift up a little bit right to the left. Yeah, I'm just gonna also just change this. Yeah, it's kind of funny because they just flash dead on there. So for those who are wondering what that thing was, during the very beginning, we see Happy basically in his mind you, literally somehow murdered, but also not murder Hart, like literally, and Logic's like, yeah, go ahead and do it. Now listen to me, and he basically says that he needs to calm down, and we don't see Hart for a while. Now I don't remember if this has happened already, because I think it has, and it's been already known knowledge. It's just we haven't seen that it happen until now. But Logic pretty much takes control for a while of Happy, which kind of backs. And there's a lot of things about the two that this episode kind of brings up, because literally this episode kind of backs up to one of my odd theories about the series. Many people already know about this by now, but I oftentimes theorize that Happy might be suffering from split personality disorder. And we kind of do see this later in a way that actually is surprising. And next thing we see, Happy is now hanging out with the secret agent, which actually is very interesting in itself, which we learn why. And fun fact, this is actually literally takes place during the 2023 to up to 2024, which again kind of shows, like, see right there, New Year's Eve, quickly kind of shows that, they are pretty much being close friends. Keyword being friends, because I don't know if it is being confirmed if it's going to be like a gay relationship. GP Reed himself has kind of hinted at during the live stream of this, or rather the premiere. There you go, the premiere cat. So maybe, I wouldn't be surprised. It definitely looked like that, but it definitely is interesting. However, as you'll soon see, it's not all what has been seen. This is because, as we do kind of discovered, it turns out that the agent is actually secretly working with Happy's father, of all places. And let's just say one part of their conversation, which I will play, is very interesting.
Nonsense, joy, despair. Enough about her. Happy is all that matters to me now. Joy made her decision. Wait, does this mean that you've heard from her? It does indeed. And she's okay? Yes. Care to explain what happened? No. But mind your own business. Your current job is to keep Happy safe. He needs a friend. He needs protection. Get to know about him in every way possible.
Yeah, the Father of the Year, which is very, very interesting, because it really shows that he does know what may happen to Joy, and That is very interesting. So yeah, for those who don't know, the father hired the agent to literally, well, not the agent, the detective to literally keep an eye on Happy and be friends with him, so that way he can keep him safe for some not good reason. Let's just say the father is very suspicious, and I'll explain my theory later, but I do think I'm now starting to piece together a theory of sorts of what's going on, because it gets even worse, to say the least. However, the last thing I will point out before getting to there is the fact that we do see Love Did Return. Or Heart, excuse me. And it's very interesting because, like I said, this entire scene backs up my theory very quickly about the split personality, or at least some sort of mental state. Because as we see, Happy is crying, and so is Heart. And we do see Heart also get angry when Happy crunches his fist. It also should be noted that Heart didn't come back until Happy started to get worried if his friend is going to replace him. But he's probably going to get worse once he finds out the truth about the whole ordeal. And that's the thing. That backs up to my theory. Now, my theory is obviously could be wrong. I need to put it out very quickly before people shoot me in the comments. But again, I can't help but feel like Happy actually does have split personality. This is more convenient than the previous time I mentioned Naomi possibly having split personality, when in reality it was just a group that has probably way more mental illness problems than we think. Just saying. But it definitely is very intriguing, to say the least. And it really does beg the question, what's really happened to Happy's own internal mind. And it's going to get worse for Happy, though. Because it turns out today, or at least whenever this was truly loaded, apparently Happy is literally homeless. Which, I don't remember this happening. This doesn't make any actual sense. I don't know if this has been a case in some way. I have no idea at all. And it definitely is very weird, to say the least. And of course, we get these comments as well, such as the 40 killer, which is definitely interesting, because it's very weird. But it's definitely as interesting. We do see Happy homeless. I don't remember how this happened, and I think this is brand new, but if I'm wrong, please let me know in the comments, because I don't know. But yeah, he's homeless. Then finally we see the final scene, or at least one of the 3 final scenes, we'll get into that in a bit. We see Joy is alive but not well, and honestly that's because, as we later see, I'm just gonna go ahead and let you know, that's because she's wanting Happy to see her in the woods, and obviously we later find out it's because it's part of the plan, one of the plans of the killer, because he has a knife in the back of her head. Presumably the killer is probably planning to kill him, Happy, and of course his sister. And by the way, I just want to point this out, but obviously we have but then we have weirdly marbles, which at least our society has not been lost, but I don't know why there's marbles. Like, is it supposed to be a nod to actual marbles, or possibly a nod to Marble Hornet? I don't know, but anyways, long story short, the reason why I'm pointing this out, other than the weird marbles of all places, is the fact that, believe it or not, Joy shuts it down immediately. She's like, no, do not listen to whatever, please actually do come. Revealing that while our choices may matter, right now it doesn't seem like that all too truthful. It's more so like something like similar to Deltarune in some way, where your choices may not actually matter in this case, and this is definitely the case because Joy is tricking. Well, she's not purposely because she probably has a plan, but she has no choice but to trick Happy into coming towards her. So it's definitely a very interesting situation here. Finally, and a very interesting thing is we get a conversation with a woman and the manager of all places, because it's later revealed that this woman is in love with the manager in some relationship, I don't know, but it's later also revealed, and yeah, by the way, it's creepy, it revealed that oddly enough he rigged the that dating app, which, to be frank, it's not surprising. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, earlier in the series, there was a weird Tinder app that Soul Corp produced, and I mean, and I already knew it was going to be rigged in the first place. It's being run by Soul Corp of all places, the last company to trust right now. So it's very interesting, but it's definitely very weird because he says, "Please take Happy on a date," and then literally kind of ruin it so that way he won't date you again. So it's definitely is very interesting to say the least. And again, I actually don't know what the connection of this could be, but it does confirm some things. I have a weird shot in the dark theory, but obviously I'll just save it until there's more evidence to that. However, fun fact, we're not actually done, because like I said, there was there was one more ending of the three. I kind of count it as three because there was the actual ending of Happy trying to go save his sister, then of course that ending. But there actually is a third, because if you didn't know, boom, and ignore that video because I had to look into it to double check that whole dating thing, because again, I tried to check to see if that was who that woman was. But there's actually two on GP Reed's channel, and you might be wondering, why is there on the GP Reed channel? Well, I'll just let this guy explain.
I bet you are a bit confused as to why this video is on the GP Reed's YouTube channel. Allow me to explain. The truth is, I need your help. Happy A. Contrary has various unique properties that will aid me in fixing what the Neon Accord has done to my people. I need your help to save him from the killer in New Cleveland, Ohio. I don't have time to explain everything. Brett will regain control of this vessel very soon. Just know that my name is Blanco. Brett will not recall this conversation. If you try to point out this part of the video to him, I will keep him from acknowledging it, or even being able to view it from a conscious state. I will retain that much control, at least. Anyway, what I need from you is to have this mystery solved before episode 10 of what Service Unit 532 is calling.
Yeah, it turns out frickin' Blanco is back. I thought he died. I'm not even lying, because if you remember, I thought Blanco died because, or at least was replaced, because he had like that freaking bucket trap on his head and it exploded. For those who don't know, I need to catch up. Blanco is actually the only Naomi that seemed to be somewhat trustworthy in some way. And to be fair, Blanco has reappeared multiple times, but this one I think is the Blanco that did die. But I could be wrong. I mean, I think, but somehow he's now back and fully alive, apparently, and he's wanted to help Happy. And there's not much to say other than he's definitely is honest about it. he's like, yeah, I made a playlist in this version of the video, so you can check out all the codes and stuff, which I might actually have to do myself so I can see what I missed. And he's like, yeah, I'm gonna try to help so that way Happy don't die. But it also seems like he's doing it because Naomi, the other Naomis, did something to Blanco. But what it was is unknown, other than his own people kind of got destroyed. What that means, who knows. But yeah, and also he kind of says that he's going to keep GP Reed off this thing, which I kind of don't know how he's going to do that since it's on his channel of all places. But okay, I get why. I think he wants to protect GP Reed, but okay, I don't know how you do that. But anyways, other than that, the only other thing, and technically the only clue I was able to find in this series, other than the reverse thing, but even then that doesn't even count because that just, like I said, is just them saying, hey, is a package, is apparently this, which is pretty much says, if this could unblur, holy crap, solve, I will tell you, you'll see it once I post it, because I'm going to post it. Yeah, it's not going to do it. It says, solve the bird code. And there is a bird code in the High Five Friends version of this video. What that bird code is, I'm stumped, because I really don't know what the code is. It's in the ending during the conversation with the girl and the manicure, and birds pop up. I don't know what code that is because I'm not that much of a code breaker than it looks like, but it seems that is the case. And now on to actual theories, to say the least. And to be truthful, I think if I had to really guess now where the series is going and who's the killer is, since, you know, it's almost close for us to figure out who the killer is, I think it's someone we actually haven't met, but the mastermind is definitely, no doubt, Happy's father. I mean, for starters, Happy father had contact with Joy, to say the least, and obviously he's a businessman, so he wouldn't actually tend to kill, because if he does kill, he'll not get off scot-free and lose his business, so he hired an assassinist to do so. But at the same time, he also hired a person to protect Happy in a more not really good way. It's more like he wants to make sure Happy don't get involved at all, so both will die, because Happy is a need. He's an assessment for Naomi, Sokor, his father, and all other people who wants a piece of that pie of bullshit, to be honest. And I do believe that the manicure may know what's been going on as well, but I don't think he is truly a part of it. It's more like Blanco said, it looks like more like he accidentally or purposely framing Happy in order to sweep this under a rug. Kind of. I don't know the thought process, because the manager is weird. Only thing I know is the manager wants to use Happy for his own gain. What that gain is, it's unknown. And it's definitely is very interesting, to say the least. So, all in all, it's definitely a very interesting situation. And again, I highly recommend you catch up to the series, because it's definitely gets more confusing. It's like an end of a chapter. But again, we do got episode 8 on its way soon. And then after that, we have the last 2 episodes, and oh boy. So, yeah, it's been a while since we did one of these. And before I do kind of snap out of here, there is one more thing. Believe it or not only will I be covering episode 8, but honestly, I do want to go back to covering a little bit of, not all the way, but a little bit of ARGs, because there's actually been lots of updates to the ARGs I have covered in the past, and I do want to cover it up. In fact, I made a promise to cover Rent Cycles ARG, which I might do later, or probably even next, after I get this video uploaded, because there's a lot of stuff going on to that one too that is very interesting. But hey, it's definitely a good thing. And also, like I said, I don't know when I'm moving out. Surprisingly, we haven't got confirmation. I theorized it might be the end of this month or the middle of this month. The reason why is because, you know what, I can't even explain it, but you can tell we're not joking because I packed up. I mean, even my gaming chair is right there. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. This has been Floxcat, and I'm snapping out of here. Bye-bye.